better stay away from it. Because it causes, in large doses, it causes hallucinogenic effects, which means it's a drug. It's a poison too. It can kill you in large doses. So.
Can you give it to animals to kill them?
Hmm?
Can you give it to animals to kill them?
No, it's not. It's not a sign. Gotta kill an animal. You kill the animal. You kill it fast. You know, you poison it. You poison it. They suffer. You know.
Yeah. I meant like put out for like roaches or something. Like you still gotta.
I mean insects.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does it kill them?
Maybe put out like a
roaches can survive a lot of things.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if it kills insects, then it's for the insects.
I heard that if there was a nuke, if the world was to get nuked, the only animals that would survive would be roaches.
How do they know that?
I don't understand.
Because that's never happened before.
I know.
See, the kuffar, they just say stuff and people believe it.
I know.
They say, oh, if a nuke were to hit the world, like, how would they know? Seriously, have they tried it before? Did the roaches survive Hiroshima or something?
Yeah,
I know, it's going right. Yeah, Allah musta'an. Alright, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillahi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Wa ba'd. The best thing I like is when they dig up a fossil and they say, this fossil is 350 million years old. Come on, how do you know that? Seriously, what numbers from what? What part of their body?
Because of their newest fossil invention. Because of their newest fossil invention machine.
Yeah, actually 350 million years old. You'd have to dig probably how far down into the earth to get that far to find it. Because all they do, all the fossils are based on the level of earth that they're at. Yeah. They haven't dug down far enough to go down 350 million years. They're still, they dig down deep and find coins from 300, 400, 500, 600 years ago. Come on, man. But they find a fossil. Yeah, alligator bone, and then they say, oh, this is from 350 million years ago.
I don't even get it.
I remember they made an assumption that they found like this whole animal, right? The only fossil part of this animal they found was the tooth. Like, how can you make a whole animal from a tooth?
From a tooth.
Why would anybody even bury this stuff in the first place? That's what I never understood.
No, it's not buried. The stuff dies. And then over years, dirt comes over, like there's layers of dirt. So when you're digging down, like the archaeologists can tell by the deepness of how far down, because there's like levels, right? Yeah. You have civilizations that have been buried under dirt. So they ain't going down to 350 million years.
They said that's how long they dug for? They said they dug for 350
No, I'm saying, like, how long would they have to dig? How would they have to dig?
Yeah.
How long would they have to dig to realize something that's 350 million years old? When they're still finding pottery from the Native Americans way down in the earth. You know what I'm saying? So this is Earl Grey tea. This is not English breakfast tea. And I don't know if I shook up the sugar, so I guess you're going to find out. All right, Bismillah. All right, chapter 140. Bab al-mali as-salihi lil-mar'i as-salih. So this is righteous money for a righteous person. All right, and righteous money obviously is money that's been obtained through halal means. So the money's halal and it comes through halal means. All right, hadith number 299. حدثنا عبد الله بن يزيد قال حدثنا موسى بن علي. All right, Musa ibn Ali, he is Musa ibn Ali, and he narrates from his father, as you can see, called Sami'tu Abi. So Musa ibn Ali ibn Rabah al-Lakhmi or al-Misri. His father's name is Ali, but his father's name is actually Ali. There was a time when he was born, and this is what was said. Daraqutni rahimahullah, he said that his name is Ali. But then, and he said that he yajrah ayyi wahid yusammihi ulayyan, like he would say harsh words against anybody who called him Ulay, because his name is actually Ali. So some of the people say that what happened was he was born in the time of Bani Umayyah, and they were killing anybody that had the name of Ali. So his father said, no, his name is not Ali, it's Ulay, just to keep them from harming his son, and Allah knows best. I mean, that's what was said in Tahdhib al-Kamal But as far as his name is actually Ali, and he used to get angry with anybody that referred to him as Ulay. But that's how it's written in the book. It's written Ulay, and that's how he's even written. His name is written even in the books of biographies of the narrators. They still call him Ulay. All right, because that's how the people know him. So he said, حدثنا موسى بن علي قال سمعت أبي, and like I said, أبوه علي ibn الرباح اللخمي المصري يقول سمعت عمرو بن العاص رضي الله عنهم قال بعث إلي النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فأمرني أن آخذ علي ثياب سلاحي ثم آته. So he said, Amr ibn al-As, he said that, that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam sent somebody to him, and he told him, put on your garments and grab your weapons and come to me. He said, فَفَعَلْتُ. So I did what he told me to do. فَأَتَيْتُهُ. And I made it to him. وَهُوَ يَتَوَضَّأ. So when I arrived to him, he was making wudu. فَصَعَّدَ إِلَيَّ الْبَصَرِ ثُمَّ طَعْطَعَ. Now this is similar to the same type of wording that we read in another hadith that was in Bulugh al-Maram. What was it? Oh, no revision. No revision. In the very beginning of Bulugh al-Maram, we took a hadith where the woman came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and she said, "Jitta li'ahaba laka nafsi." فَصَعَّدَ بِهَا another. And then he went and he looked her over. فَطَعَطَعَ بِرَاسِهِ. And then he lowered his head. And once he did that, because it's something that's done out of shyness. When you're looking at somebody and you see something that you dislike. In this case, he probably looked at him and he saw that his state that needed like some clothes or some money or something to help him out. So he like lowered his head like this. And when he did that with the woman, she understood what?
No.
That he doesn't want anything with me. All right, but in this case, he did this with Amr ibn al-As, because he was shy to look. When he looked him over and looked at the state of his clothes and his weapons and everything, he's like, "Nah, man, you need." And then this is why he said, "Thumma qala, ya Amr." And then he said to him, "Oh Amr, inni uridu an ab'athaka ala jaysh." I want to send you on a military expedition. فَيُغْنِمُكَ اللَّهُ. So this way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can give you from the ghanima, and you can benefit from the ghanima. He said, وَأَزْعَبُوا لَكَ زُعْبَةً. It's زُعْبَة, alright, not زَعْبَة. أَزْعَبُوا لَكَ زُعْبَة. Here in this book they said, وَأَزْعَبُوا لَكَ زَعْبَة, but it's not زَعْبَة, it's زُعْبَة with dhamma. So correct that. And so he said, I want to send you on with an army on a military expedition, so you can benefit from the ghanima, from the war booty. And he said, and now وَأَزْعَبُ. What he means by أَزْعَبُ لَكَ زُعْبَةً, it means أَدْفَعُ لَكَ مِنَ الْمَالِ دُفْعَةً, like دُفْعَةً مِنَ الْمَالِ. So when the money comes, I can give you a chunk of the money, the wealth. So this way, you can use it to whatever, your benefit. So he said, من المال صالحة. From the good money, from any of the good wealth that comes to us, I can give it to you. قلت إني لم أسلم رغبة في المال. So Amr ibn al-As, he said, I didn't become Muslim. I didn't enter into Islam with the desire of obtaining wealth. إنما أسلمت رغبة في الإسلام. He said, but I only entered into Islam because I had a desire for Islam, to submit myself to Allah. فأكون مع رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. So I could be with the Messenger of Allah صلى الله عليه وسلم. فقال يا عمر. And then the Messenger said to him, "Oh Amr, نعم المال الصالح للمرء الصالح." This hadith is sahih. Alright, so he said the best, he said, what good, well, you said, what good money you can get, for a righteous man, like you get this, نعم المال الصالح للمرء الصالح, the best thing for, what a good thing it is for, this righteous money for a righteous man. So this money that comes from halal means to go into to the hands of a person who lives his life trying to be in obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because could you imagine taking this halal money and then giving it to somebody who doesn't even care about it, who might even use it for haram or use it for something? So here, the best of all things is that the money, this righteous money that's halal, it goes into the hands of the people who are going to use it in a beneficial way. How's the tea?
It's good. I'm picking up like orange.
Huh?
I'm picking up like some orange.
No, it's Earl Grey tea.
Tastes like orange gray.
Orange Grey.
Orange Earl Grey.
You said Earl Grey?
Mm.
Yeah, it's really good.
I mean, this is the benefit, you know. So you don't take like money, you know, you take money that comes from like zakat, you know, from the people, and it's distributed amongst the people who are going to use it in a proper way, in an Islamic way. It's not distributed amongst crackheads and weed heads and people who are going to take the money and abuse the money and use it for things that are haram. You know, but this is, again, the sadness of what we see, the reality of what we see nowadays, is that, you know, somebody will write like a check for like, I don't know, let's say like $11,000 and give it to a masjid, and then the masjid goes and distributes amongst people who don't even pray, who are not going to use it for anything that's beneficial. We're not going to use it for anything that's going to be righteous. Now, this money, this righteous money, this money that comes from the Muslims, it goes to the people who are in need of it, and who are not going to use it to buy drugs or alcohol or any of the anything like of that nature, and people who pray. So that's what he's saying, Ya Amr, ni'mal malu salih lil mar'i salih. You're getting this money that's halal, and it's going to a person who, you know, who's a righteous person, who knows what to do, who's going to take this money, inshallah, and use it in a righteous way. So this is the most beautiful thing, you know. Bi'sal mal salih lil mar'i talih. You know, and what bad money it is, that it's a righteous money that comes from halal means, that goes to a despicable, wicked person who's going to use it in an unrighteous way. So Allah musta'an. So whatever comes to you from amongst this money that's halal, and this is not what you're seeking. You're not seeking the dunya. You're not seeking it. Take it and use it for the benefit of this deen, the benefit of yourself, the benefit of your family, but use it in righteous ways. Don't say, okay, well, man, free money, I'm going to go, what? You know, spend it on, what, I don't know.
Like night weed, yeah, nightclubs.
I mean, even, not necessarily even that. I mean, like, for example, like, okay, spend it on, like, extravagant clothing.
Designer.
I'm going to go take a whole bunch of money that's given to me from zakat and go buy, like, Gucci shoes. Yeah, it's still stupid, akhi. No, use it for something that's beneficial. You don't need, if you're taking money from sadaqah, if you're taking money from charity, akhi, you don't need Gucci shoes. You don't need, you know what I'm saying? You don't need all this expensive type of thing.
Shelter, like food.
Yeah, go get some Walmart sweaters, akhi. You know what I'm saying? Something. Go to the thrift store. You know.
Go to the Yemeni brothers.
Yeah.
They're on Legends, on Fresno Street, next to the Panda Express. You can go over there.
All right, enough of advertisements, but yeah.
10% discount.
Fuzzy Pro Club.
Yeah.
So what did they say? So they put it like in a promo code when they go. Hamza 2 or something like that.
Type in Hamza 2.
Type in Hamza 2 in the promo code and get a 5% discount.
Shows up and pulls up a QR code.
Alright. So hadith number, and obviously, mashallah, what a beautiful hadith that he brought this after al-Bukhl. You know, because a lot of the people, because of their being afraid of falling into bukhl, or this type of miserliness, maybe they don't want to have anything to do with money. Or maybe they're afraid that if they have money, they use it in the wrong manner. So this is a type of fear. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ said, no, you know, take it, use it in a way that's beneficial for you. It's halal. If the money comes from halal means, you use it in halal means, inshallah. So chapter number 141, Babu man asbaha aminan fi sirbihi. Alright, Babu man asbaha. Asbaha, it means enters into the morning. Alright, so he starts the morning, aminan. Aminan, it means what?
Secure.
Secure, safe. Fi sirbihi. Sirbihi, some of the people say that it means fi nafsihi. Some other people say it means fi qalbihi. And some other people say it means fi qawmihi. Alright, so but all of those meanings, they all have the same meaning. Because if he's secure and safe, he feels like his heart is, he's not living in fear and anxiety and depression, then everything else around him will be also have that same type of feeling, you know, of safety and security. But if he's, you know, if his heart is like, you know, in a state of qalaq, which is like a state of strong anxiety. And khalas, I mean, everything about him is nafs. And and obviously a lot of the times the people, they go into this anxiety and problems because of what? Because of their people. So that's why a lot of the people say fi qawmihi, fi sirbihi, ay fi qawmihi, and amongst his people, that he's secure and safe amongst his people. Because a lot of the anxiety that we feel and we have to go through, we have to go through it with the people that we're around. So all of the meanings, inshallah, are pretty much could fall underneath this hadith. All right, so hadith number 300, mashallah. That last one was 299.
Wait, what was the root? What's the authenticity of the previous hadith?
I said it was sahih. You're not listening, man.
No, I was reading the comments.
I'm going to call him Mujahid Jr. now. Yeah. All right. So 300, hadith number 300. حدثنا بشر بن مرحوم قال حدثنا مروان بن معاوية عن عبد الرحمن بن أبي شميلة الأنصاري القبائي, and he's got some weakness, but there's ikhtilaf amongst them. But even the people that accept his hadith, like his strongest hal is the weakest of the weak amongst the hadiths that are accepted at his strongest. But his hadith is not severely weak. He's just weak in hadith. Alright, so Abi Shumaylat al-Ansari al-Qubai and Salamat ibn Ubaidillah. And Salamat ibn Ubaidillah, and also this is not tasheef. And tasheef, it means what?
Like writing?
When they write something wrong.
Yeah.
So this is not tasheef. It's just actually some of the people say that he's ibn Ubaidillah, and some of the people say ibn Abdullah. The stronger name is Salamat ibn Abdullah, because according to Tahdhib al-Kamal, he's Salamat ibn Abdullah waqila Ubaidillah. Waqila. So if he said waqila, that means that that's the weaker name. So the stronger name, Salamat ibn Abdullah. Alright, Ibn Mihsan al-Ansari. Salamat ibn Abdullah ibn Mihsan al-Ansari is majhul. Alright, first off, he la yarwi illa an abihi. Alright, he doesn't narrate any hadith except for and from his father. That's number one. Number two, nobody narrates from him except for this guy, Abdurrahman ibn Abi Shumayla. So he only narrates from his father, and only Ibn Abi Shumayla narrates from him. So he's majhul al-hal, because they have enough ahadith, the people that know his status amongst the Ahl al-Hadith. Alright, an abihi, radiallahu anhu, and his father is a sahabi. Alright. And the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam qala, and his father is Abdullah. Alright, because Salamat ibn Abdullah. Alright. Ibn Mihsan. عن أبيه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال من أصبح آمنا في سربه معافا في جسده عنده طعام يومه فكأنما حيزت له الدنيا. So here the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم said, من أصبح آمنا في سربه, whoever enters into the morning and he's safe and secure, he has this feeling of safety and security in his heart. Alright, now we're just going to say in his heart and his nafs. Mu'afan fi jasadihi, and he has health with his body. That means he's not waking up sick. He's not waking up tired and just like sore or hurt or injured or anything. So mu'afan fi jasadihi. Indahu ta'ama yawmihi, and he has enough food to suffice him for the day. فَكَأَنَّمَا حِيزَتْ لَهُ الدُّنْيَا. So he said it's like the hizat here. Hiza, it means jumi'at. It's like all of the dunya has been brought together for him. Because what more do you need? You wake up in a house, you feel this sense of security, right? You have no qalaq, you have no anxiety, you have no fear for the day, and you wake up and you're healthy and you're ready, so you can go out and work and do the things that you need to do, and you have enough food to suffice you for the day. Oh, so what more do you want from the dunya? So he said, فَكَأَنَّمَا حِيزَتْ لَهُ الدُّنْيَا. So it's like all of the dunya has been what? Jumi'at, has been gathered together for him that day, Alright, so, and this is the importance of these things and the importance of being thankful for having, the days that we do wake up and we have, this sense of security and peace and tranquility when we wake up, and also this type of afia, where we're like, we're free from sicknesses and all this type of stuff and depression and everything that might weigh you down. And you have enough food to last you for the day. What more do you want? What do you after that? What more do you need from the dunya? So of course you see like the other with that, they don't wake up with that type of level of contentment. So they're stuff, and that they have all the stuff that Allah has given them to go out to get. No, to get more. Whether it's haram or halal, that's beside the point. But the thing is, they just want to get more and more and more and more and more, with no type of contentment. So I mean, obviously us and the days we live in these days, I mean, they didn't have to pay rent. They didn't, this is stuff that was unheard of. You had a house or you didn't have a house. That was it. You owned it. Nobody paying rent. You built a house. Khalas, that's it. You got supplies together and you built a house. But nowadays, of course, they don't want that. They want you as a servant slave. Paying rent for your whole life, or paying mortgage for your whole life, or paying property tax for your whole life. So a long time. But I mean, just to wake up like that, I mean, what more do you want? What more do you want? So inshallah, we'll stop here as far as Adab al-Mufrad.
Alright, I'll take a cookie.
Questions?
Logically, Muslim says, is it permissible to recite the Sunnah Rawatib prayers out loud when praying at home by myself?
It's not what the Prophet ﷺ did. I don't know of anything that would make it impermissible, but it's not from his Sunnah.
Alhamdulillah, he mentioned the hadith that's in Bukhari. Being a famous hadith, being men's, he said, عن أبي بردة عن أبي موسى. Oh look, when I was visiting.
That's the one that was in the window?
Yeah, this is the one from the window.
Where's Oreo at?
He's about to come. Wherever she goes, he goes. Go ahead. Sorry, we had a cat invasion. Go ahead, read the question. I'll read it again because I didn't.
From Abdullah, the Syrian, mentions like, what's the explanation of this hadith? عن أبي بردة عن أبي موسى رضي الله عنه قالوا يا رسول الله أي الإسلام أفضل؟ قال من سلم
مسلم لسانه ويده.
من سلم المسلمون من لسانه ويده. رواه البخاري.
Yeah, the Muslims are free from, like, they're safe from his hands and from his tongue. That he's not going to backbite them. Because what type of Islam does a person have if he's praying at night, reading the Quran, but the Muslims aren't safe from his tongue and his hand? They feel, they feel like as soon as they turn their back, he's going to start speaking bad about them, or, speaking about them behind their backs. He doesn't feel safe with this person, once he turns his back, or he feels that this person also doesn't feel comfortable or safe even around the person. Like maybe his money or his whole person is not safe because the person, he doesn't respect the blood of the Muslim, he doesn't respect the honor of a Muslim. So what type of Muslim is he? You see the Khawarij, just like the Prophet ﷺ, he said, "Yaqra salata ahadikum ila salatihi." And he mentioned al-qira'ah. He said, "Wa-yaqra ahadukum ani qira'atu ila qira'atihi." That a person would hate and despise his own salat in comparison to theirs. And he'd hate and despise his own recitation of the Quran in comparison to them. Because why? They used to do a lot. They used to pray a lot. They used to read a lot. They were known for, like, this ghulu, this extremism even in worship. And this is the old Khawarij, not the Khawarij today. The Khawarij today, they sit on Twitter all day long. They don't pray at night. They probably don't pray at all. They sit around, they watch porn and surf the internet. This is the Khawarij of today. But in those days, in the past, where the Prophet ﷺ was warning them, telling them about these people that are going to come out. But what did that benefit them? You know, just like he said, يَخْرُجُونَ مِنَ الْإِسْلَامِ and what's the wording of the hadith? The word, look it up, the wording of the hadith. I'm sorry, man, I'm tired today, so. And he said something to Islam and Mufrad Sahih. And he not kharaja. It's not the word. That's not the word he used. But it's not kharaja. But the point is that you know the saham, when it goes through when you shoot it really really fast, and it goes directly through the body of the thing that you're trying to hunt, and it doesn't hit any bones, what happens? It just comes out with no athar. Like you don't see anything on it, you know, because it just went straight through the body and in and out. So when you get the arrow, what do you see? Nothing. You don't see any guts on it. You don't see chips of bone. You don't, because it didn't hit anything. So this is like those people. And yamrukun. That's it. Yamrukun min ad-din kama yamruku saham min ar-ramiyah. That's it. Khalas. Ramaqa.
No,
that's it. So, and that's what that hadith means. A lot of the people, they don't understand it. But I mean, what it means is that they go in and out of the deen with what?
With nothing.
With no benefit, nothing to show for, because their ghulu, their extremism, and their takfir, and all that stuff. But even though they have this salat, where the Prophet ﷺ, he said that, you know, yakrahu ahadukum sa'ani kira'atu ila kira'ati. Well, what did he also say about them? He said, يقرؤون القرآن لا يتجاوز حناجرهم. Like they recite the Quran, but it doesn't go their throats. It doesn't go past that part of their throat, because it's not entering into the heart. It's just something that they're doing. They're just accustomed to doing things. It's like exercise. Just like you would go to the gym, they're gonna recite Quran or they're gonna pray at night. This is all just exercise for them. It's not really. They're not benefiting from it. So يمرقون من الدين كما يمرق السهم من الرمية. You know, so the saham, it goes straight through the body of the you know, the animal that you're hunting with no athar. Just like they go in and out of Islam, you know, and they die with nothing. They benefited nothing from Islam. So why did I start talking about this? What was the original question? Yeah. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. But you see, with but I brought up the Khawarij because of that hadith. Man salim al-Muslimuna min lisani wa yadihi, because the Muslimun, like if you look at the Khawarij, what? We're not safe from their tongues, and we're not safe from their what? Their hands. You know, they insult people, they speak bad about people. Like they spend every single time. I remember when, I think I told y'all before, like one brother told me, he said when he was studying in a class in Jacksonville, he said that there was one brother, he's a Khariji, and he used to teach in Jacksonville, and he said like every single time that he would teach, the class was supposed to be on tafsir, but somehow he would move the class to talk about Sardiya. Every single class. And this is all they do. Their whole religion is built on what? Using their tongue to attack other Muslims, to degrade other Muslims, not to give a nasiha, not to, you know, they're not spreading the deen. They're not doing refutations. No, they refute the people of truth, you know, for like what? For obeying the sunnah. You know, we don't do this thing. You know, it's not from our religion, but then they call us Murji'ah, they call us Wahhabis, they call us all these different types of names. But for what? You know, we're not safe from their tongues, and we're definitely not safe from their hands. Because the Khawarij, they kill more Muslims than the Kuffar kill Muslims. You see now in the Muslim countries, and people are more concerned about the Khawarij than they're concerned about the Kuffar. You know, the Kuffar, they use whoever they can use in those countries against the people of that country. So they always get the people in the country each other, and the easiest ones to get to do that, the Rafida and the Khawarij. But I mean, generally that hadith is am. It's not just for the Khawarij, but it's for all people. But that's just an example.
Logically Muslim, he says, does keeping ties with relatives mean I have to stay in constant contact with them? Or is it enough to just be respectful when you have
whatever the urf is, whatever is known amongst the people. If If it's once a week, once a month, whatever is known amongst the people, whatever accepted amongst the people, that's what you do. If your mother is happy with you calling at least once a month or once every 2 weeks, then that's what you do. You don't want to annoy her, you know, but maybe your mother wants to talk to you every day, even for 5 minutes. That's what you do. Safe. You cut that box open and make sure it is what it's supposed to be. Because the last time, man, I ordered a bookshelf, man, they delivered a pizza oven.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me.
Yeah. And I told them, I said, man, y'all gave me a pizza oven. They said, keep it. So what am I going to do with a pizza oven? Dude, I want my bookshelves, man. I can't put my books on a pizza oven. Well, actually, I can. The books that I don't need, I'll put in the pizza oven. Huh?
On Amazon?
Yeah.
Oh, really? There's a whole thing.
I ordered a $50 bookshelf. They sent me a $300 pizza oven. And they said, keep it. And I gave it to Abdul Malik.
Yeah, he's going to put that to
I was like, well, what am I going to do with it? Big old pizza oven.
There's an option to return the items.
No, you got to go return it.
Yeah.
I said, y'all come pick it up.
Oh.
I'm not, what are you, it's your mistake. It's not my mistake. I'm not going to put this in the car. Y'all come get it. You know, and return my money for the bookshelves and take the oven. I don't want it. What am I going to do with a pizza oven? Yeah.
Cook the pizza?
Yeah, I think we eat it. We don't cook it. Yeah.
You go to Indians. Curry pizza.
Nah, man, we're too broke for that now.
Cams.
Watch out.
Oreo?
Sharp knife coming through. Good. What's the next question?
Is it permissible for a man to force the opinions he holds on his wife if she follows another, and there is evidence to back up the opinion she holds?
Is there again?
Is it permissible for a man to force the opinions he holds on his wife if she follows another?
This is not a religion of opinions. It's a religion of evidence. And if she feels that the opinion that she has is closer to the truth, based on the evidence, leave her alone. She's trying to follow the evidence. Now, if it's wrong, like if it's dead wrong, yeah, come on, she try to correct her and whatnot. I'm just making sure. Last time, same thing. We're like, what is it? What did we order? I think it was the same thing. We had to order something for the cat. And we opened up the box, and it was like Metamucil or something like that, you know? It's like some old people's drink, right? Some like vitamin drink. 2 boxes of it. I'm like, man, what are we going to do with it? What is this?
If you put it in the microwave, it turns into slime.
Nah, man, we didn't put it in nothing. We looked at it. They got the address wrong. It was the neighbors over here. So as soon as I took it over to them, knocked on the door, they said, oh my God, it's grandma's food. I'm like, oh, I'm happy you're happy. Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't call you Jesus?
No.
A black lady called me Jesus in the restaurant one time.
Yeah, somebody said I look like Jesus too.
No, that's because of my hair. Yeah, it was. And then I was wearing a thobe with sandals.
What's the next question?
Is it permissible for a man, for a woman, to wear a kuhl outside of the house if her eyes are completely covered and no man can see? What is it?
As long as her eyes are covered.
Go ahead. What is that? I don't know what that is.
It's like you put it on your eyelids.
What the Afghanis do?
Yeah, it's black. It's like a little rock. They crush it up and then they put it in the eyes. It's called ithmit. As long as nobody sees it.
Mm-hmm. Fatima said, Lord, he's still saying crackheads. LOL.
Yeah, I know, I cannot.
Man, I'm from Florida. That's what we call everybody. Every stupid person in Florida, we call them a crackhead. You know, every idiot, we call them a crackhead. That's it. That's a Florida thing. You know, it's something that hasn't left me in years and years and years and years. So the only people that never complained about it was when I was in Florida. I was like crackhead all the time. Nobody says anything. But boy, when I came out to California, why does he keep saying crackhead? Why does he keep saying crackhead? Well, that's a problem because people got guilty consciences, you know.
The Yemeni uncles, they say crackhead. The Yemeni uncles here, they say crackhead when they want it. So when I was a crackhead,
Yeah, man, he doesn't want to be carried. Don't carry him. And then he starts to get rough with him because the cat gets,
He has a revenge face on now.
Tata. No. Tata. Calm down. You and Safe, man. That's just called Safe, your older brother, not your father. What's next? Did he fall or something?
No, he just jumped out.
Abdul Malik, he said, we ain't safe, and he put it like someone who's the emoji of an injured person. These gobies. And then he also
And did he say these rubbies?
No.
Oh, you added that.
He put, I think he added when he was talking about the arrow, he said they go through the target and put the emoji of he's having fun with these emojis. Logically, Muslim says, any advice for quitting a job in America to go to a good job? Any advice for quitting a good job in America to go seek knowledge in Jordan, or to continue seeking knowledge online and visit every year for about 2 months? Making a living while abroad is a concern.
Listen, man, all that stuff, you do what you know how to do. I mean, you do what's comfortable for you. I mean, you don't want to put yourself into a situation. I mean, obviously, if you have a good job, the main thing is to start cutting down on what you're spending and your expenditures and start saving money and make the plan to get out of this country before everything collapses around you. So whatever, you have a good job. Let's say, I don't know what a good job is, but let's say that you're making anywhere between $80,000 to $120,000 a year. You just look at your expenditures and look at what you're, and just cut down on it and look at how much money you can save a year and start and try to find another country to go to. Go sit in a Muslim country. You can go to any place. Go to there's a lot of places that you can go to. They got students that imagine Indonesia, that teach there, and they got their own marakas in Indonesia, So it's a lot of places that you can go to. You definitely don't want to make your plans of just staying here. But I'm the type of person, I leave. That's it. I'm gone. I don't care. I left. I had literally, when I went to go get on the plane, I had $16 in my pocket. And that's when the Saudis, they came up to me and they gave me an envelope and they said, don't open this envelope until you get, far, far away from here, And that's when I saw the envelope was $1,400. But I had already planned. I was ready to get on that plane with $16, to go to Yemen. I did not care. I was ready for that. And they said, well, you ain't got no money. You're going to have to sleep in the masjid. So what? And I was prepared to lose all my teeth if I couldn't even afford to buy a miswak. Whatever. I was ready to sacrifice that just to go seek knowledge. But not everybody's like that. So you can't put that type of mentality on everybody and say, well, you got to do this. No, because not everybody, there's a lot of people that will break them. It will break them in half. And then, they come back here and they start kissing the ground when they get back here. So each person has different levels of what they can tolerate. And now as we get further and further along and closer to the time of the Dajjal, we start to notice that the tolerance for people is getting less and less and less. They can't tolerate any type of difficulties. So you know yourself. You know what type of person you are. So I was the type of person, I used to throw my mattress out and go get a piece of board, like a big, piece of siding for a house, and put it on the ground and sleep on that. Because I said, I want to sleep in a way that I want to feel what the homeless feel. And I slept on that for months, just so I could feel what they felt when they sleep on the ground. I said, my mind was like that when I was young, So if you're not like that, you do what's easy for you. I don't care. I'll go. Now I got to think differently because I have kids. So now it's not about what I can tolerate. It's them. Right now, personally, me, if I was single, I won't be living in Fresno. I would have gotten a van. I would have put a kitchen in that van and some solar panels on top of that van. And I'd be living up in the mountains somewhere fishing every single day and forget all this stuff. Forget dealing with the people. Forget teaching the people. Forget all this stuff. I'd sit there with my books and I'd die and nobody would ever know. You know, I'll be up in the mountains somewhere and just die and nobody will ever know. But we have our families to think about. You know, I wish I could do that every day, but I have to get 2 vans. You know, one for me and one of my sons, and the other for the other 2 sons. So, you know, each one can stay in one, like 2 stay in this van and 2 stay in that van, you know. Almost time.
Hamid says, how do we do sujood as-sahw after the salam? And sajda as-sahw.
Now, the sujood as-sahw after the salam, if you realize that you missed it after the salam, you go back and you do the sujood as-sahw. But you know, that's if you realize it afterwards. Like in the time where the Prophet ﷺ completed the salat and he'd only prayed 2 times. But in that case, he did it before the salam because he got up and he finished the last 2 rak'ahs. But if there's something that you realize, like somebody says to you after you finish the salat, oh, by the way, or like, let's say that it was on your mind. This happens a lot. You know, you make a mistake early in the salat and then you forget. You forget, you know, to do sujood as-sahw. You just forgot. Like, for example, you forgot to do the first tashahhud. You forgot it. And then you forgot to do the sujood. Then you come back after the salah and you do it. Because you remembered it.
Can I get another?
Yeah, drink as much as you want. You drink some. Did you drink any?
Hamid also says, do the people of hadith ever say maybe the hadith is authentic even if he's majhul, since his dad is hadith?
Oh, well, that's what I forgot to mention. That hadith, anyways, going back to the hadith that's in Adab al-Mufrad, the hadith itself is Hasan al-Ghayrihi. I didn't, that tariq of the hadith is da'if. There's another narration, I forgot to mention that. There's another narration outside of this narration that is also weak, but it's still salih lil-ihtijaj bihi. You know, so that the other narration is props up that hadith. So it's Hasan al-Ghayri. So the hadith itself is not da'if.
Jakartish says, sometimes when I hear random kids playing on the street saying things they shouldn't, I reprimand them. Is it my right to do so? Especially if I don't know whether their parents would be happy with the stranger reprimanding them.
I mean, again, look at the situation. You know the situation better. You know, in America, if you do that, especially if you're not in a good relationship with your neighbors, you're going to get a person running out the house. Who are you to talk to my kids? So, you know, it depends on the situation. If it's going to cause a bigger fitna, you leave it. If you can go up to the kids and say, oh, my children, you shouldn't be talking like this. You don't have to reprimand them like in this, way. But just like tell them, you shouldn't be using language like this. But it just depends on you look at the situation. That's what the hikmah is. You look at the situation and you find the best solution for that situation. So quite a few times, especially with the people nowadays, because they're so super sensitive about everything, is that it's a lot better thing just to leave the situation alone. If you think it's going to become a bigger fitna. But, alhamdulillah, if you have a good relationship with the people around you, your neighbors and everything, and you're able to go out and talk to the kids, and alhamdulillah, do what you can do.
They also say, is giving one's old/unused fashion sketches and books to someone learning fashion design permissible when it's unclear what kind of clothes they will design in the future? The intention is simply
drawing people, or they're just drawing the clothing, right?
Faiz says, I see brothers dripping wet after making wudu. Is there more virtue in air drying than dry?
No, let the water drip off of you. The Prophet ﷺ, even when he used to take a ghusl, he wouldn't take a towel or anything to dry himself off. He would just, dry the water off like that.
Hamid said, bro, Abdullah studied Bukhari and Muslim, lol. Jakarta says, there is one of the students of Sheikh Muqbil, rahimahullah, who is also one of the closest students of Sheikh Al-Fawzan, Habibullah, and he runs a...
Yeah, I know. What's his name? Dhul Qarnayn. Yeah, he sits right next to Sheikh Saleh Fawzan in all of his classes.
This is in Indonesia?
He's because what he did is he wanted to get close to Sheikh Saleh Fawzan, and he was already studying with Sheikh Muqbil for years. He went back to, I think it's Dhul Qarnayn, check and see. That's his home, because there's two big students in the time of the Sheikh. But he ended up becoming the driver of Sheikh Saleh Fawzan, so he drives him around. And as he got close to him, so he could ask him and benefit from his knowledge. So whenever you go to, I don't know now, if he's still there, but when I was in Surrey, you sit in the class, Sheikh Saleh Fawzan sitting right there, you see the brother sitting right there on the ground next to him. So.
Yeah, who's this? He teaches in Indonesia?
No, he sits with the religious in Sardinia. Yeah. He used to teach before, yeah. No more questions?
Abdul Malik, he said, 100K is not a good job. That is a check away from poor.
Yeah. In California, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you live in the South, 100K, you're doing all right, man. Yeah, you're doing all right. 120K in the South is like a check away from living next to Bill Gates, man.
All right, no more questions.
All right. So what we're going to do, inshallah, we're going to finish up the hadith from Sharia. And inshallah, the next class we'll do Bulugh al-Maram, inshallah. But I wanted to read this in the last class, but we took so long for that part. So, all right, so we're on hadith number, where's your book here? Huh? That's ours. Can you please bring me some water? It's right over there. Huh? I don't know, ask them.
Yeah.
I don't think I drink water all day, man. I had 2 cups of the tea, that's it.
He said, bro, go study Bukhari.
Easier said than done. I'm like dying of hunger over here, and he's passing out cheeseburgers, man. Give me the water, man.
Cheeseburgers.
I'm giving an example of how I feel right now. I'm so thirsty. I guess you gotta share with them. Hamza gave them false information.
What page are we on? I even double texted him privately. I said, "Are we taking Bulugh al-Maram today?" He said yes.
Fake news.
I said yes, inshallah. Because what I heard, because I'm listening to your text and I'm like looking around in the supermarket. I heard that you want to get back in track with the old schedule. That's what I remember, because I was thinking of like 4 different things and I was typing that in.
Hadith number 21. All right, أخبرنا Abu Muhammad. Where is the? Grab my notebook over there, underneath that Adab al-Mufrad. Look underneath Kitab al-Tawheed, and the one that should be underneath that one. The notebook underneath that.
What time?
Alright, أخبرنا أبو محمد عبد الله بن محمد بن صالح البخاري قال حدثنا عبدة بن عبد الرحيم المروزي قال أخبرنا نضر ابن الشميل قال حدثنا محمد بن عمرو عن أبي سلمة عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم تفرقت اليهود والنصارى على 72 فرقة وتفترق أمتي على 73 فرقة. Alright, so Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he reported, he said that the Jews and the Christians, they factioned, they splintered up and broke up into 71 and then or 72 different groups. وَتَفْتَرِقُ أُمَّتِي, and this ummah will split up into 73 different groups. And what he's doing here by bringing all these, because a lot of the people, they try to sit there and say, oh, the hadith is not sahih. And we're looking at the chains of narration, and all the chains of narration, even though he's bringing it, you see that all of the chains are authentic. Alright, so hadith number 22. حدثنا أبو بكر بن أبي داود قال حدثنا علي بن خشرم قال أخبرنا الفضل بن موسى عن محمد بن عمرو عن أبي سلمة عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم تفرقت اليهود على 72 فرقة وافترقت النصارى على 72 فرقة وتفترق أمتي على 73 فرقة. So the same thing, Abu Hurairah, he reported that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that the Jews broke up into 72, and he said 71 different groups, or he says 72. He said 71 or 72. And then he said, and the Christians broke up into 71 or 72 different groups. And he said, this ummah will break up into 73 different groups. Alright, and hadith number 23. أخبرنا Abu Abdullah. Now that one, let me see, there was one of them. So 21 and 22, both of those hadiths are Hasan. 21 and 22. Alright, because of Muhammad ibn Amr. Alright, you see here Muhammad ibn Amr in 21. You also see and Muhammad ibn Amr in 22. So you see him in both of these chains, and he's Hasan al-Hadith. So the hadith is Hasan. Alright, 23 is this one. This chain is weak. Alright. So أخبرنا أبو عبد الله أحمد بن الحسن بن عبد الجبار الصوفي قال حدثنا الحيثم ابن خارجة قال حدثنا إسماعيل ابن عياش عن عبد الرحمن ابن زياد ابن أنعم. عبد الرحمن ابن زياد ابن أنعم is ضعيف. He is Abdul Rahman ibn Ziyad ibn Anum al-Ifriqi, and he is da'if.
Wait, someone's outside. I heard noise outside.
You heard what type of noise?
Like a chain, like somebody hitting the fence.
Why is it that whenever we have classes, craziness, like seriously, every single time. No matter where we go, I think that we can go up to Yosemite and have classes on Yosemite, up in Yosemite National Park, and we still have like bears coming up and disturbing the class or something. Alright, so he said, عن عبد الله بن يزيد عن عبد الله بن عمرو رضي الله عنهما قال إن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال ليأتين على أمتي ما أتى على بني إسرائيل. عليكم السلام.
Either he ran away so fast, or yes.
Did you see somebody or what?
There was definitely someone at the gate.
Somebody might have just been walking by and just hit the gate. Yeah, you get the drug addicts, man, they walk up and down the street all night long, all day long, all the time.
He heard us coming, I was like, oh.
Yeah, but you would have seen them, those dudes can't run that fast, man.
They're doing Tai Chi.
Yeah, they're doing Tai Chi. Carl Lewis or nothing like that, man.
One of the prisoners, he was doing sujood in the middle of the road. One of Abdul Malik's prisoners, he was doing sujood in the middle of the road.
Alright, so قال إن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال ليأتين على أمتي ما أتى على بني إسرائيل تفرق بنو إسرائيل على 72 ملة وستفترق أمتي على 73 تزيد عليهم كلها في النار إلا ملة واحدة فقالوا من هذه الملة الواحدة قال ما أنا عليه وأصحابي رضوان الله تعالى عليهم. So here, this is an Abdullah ibn Amr. He said that the Prophet ﷺ said that, you know, what happened to Bani Israel, what happened to my Ummah, this Ummah. He said that Bani Israel, they broke up into 72 different groups. And then this Ummah will break up into 73 different groups. To zid alayhim. So they will be increased by kullaha fi nari illa millatan wahida. So there will be more than them as far as the groups, and we're also going to be more than them as far as numbers. And it said, and all of them will be in the fire except for one of those groups. فقالوا من هذه الملة الواحدة. And they said, who is this one group? فقال ما أنا عليه وأصحابي. He said, what I'm upon and my companions. رضوان الله تعالى عليهم. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with them. And this hadith, I mean, even though the chain of narration is weak, but it's propped up by the two hadiths that go before it, and other ahadith that have similar wording. Because this you're going to see that this is there's a lot of narrations of this hadith, and it's narrations for people just to come along and say, oh, the hadith is weak. No, it's not. The first two chains of narration is no issue. The only issue that we had was in that third chain of narration. That was it. Any more questions before we go?
No. No question.
Oh, that's it. Peaceful, quiet night, huh? All right. Well, سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. He ran away, huh?
Yeah.
How do you make this tea?